Hello everybody, welcome to the final round of the Virtual Circuit Racing mx5 Championship tonight from Lime Rock Park. It's one of iRacing's most common combinations, the Mazda MX-5 here at Lime Rock. It's where many of us will have started in iRacing back in the day. Might have been a long time ago for some, but we come back here in this series for one final round of this championship, which really is already settled in favour of Traffic King, who has only not won 2 races that he's been at the start line of over the course of this season. It's been a dominant season from him. We'll see whether he can end it off with a high, or whether 2 other names maybe can get themselves onto the board for race victories this season with these final 2 races of the calendar. Myself, Ewan, and James Parfitt will take you through the action tonight from Lime Rock Park. And as I mentioned, James, this is one that everybody knows very well. Lime Rock Park in the MX-5s is where many started out. And so, therefore, there's no excuses for not having a little bit of a handle coming in tonight on where you're going, what you're doing, how to take this car around here. And maybe it's reflected in this entry into the final race of the season as well. 13 drivers with times on the board already, with still nearly 5 minutes to go in qualifying, because everybody's got this combination, and it's a pretty popular one as well, because everybody will be, hopefully, very familiar with it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the thing, and the best thing about this as well, there's no chicanes. It's literally an oval with a couple of turns in. So this is going to be absolutely bonkers, I think, as well, this race. So check it out. It's going to be interesting as well, but we do have the scores on the doors. That battle for second place is looking spicy.
Yeah, it is that battle for second, which we're going to be focusing in on most, you'd say. Traffic King, though, has won this championship mathematically. That was, or realistically, I think, secure for some time, but mathematically it is now too. He is just in front, though, of Josh Haythwaite, who's moved up to second. He's having a real resurgence in recent weeks after a little bit of a slower start, especially compared to some previous VCR seasons we've seen from him. Luke Woodhouse and Matthew Addy displaced by him in recent weeks. Chris McIntosh, who's in 5th place, is only 13 points behind, and then a little bit further back, Dave Price and Lee Southwell. Then you get to those who have not been at quite as many rounds this season: Darren Moss, Luke Burton, Liam Joyce, who round out the top 10, Stephen Bosworth, Ben Gibbons, Shamo Samuel probably put in their group, and then those who have really not been at very many rounds at all: Wanchesera, Dan Buckingham, and at the very back end of the field as well. So yeah, that's how our standings are going into this final round of the season. But as I mentioned, it's a very good entry for this final round, and Josh Haythwaite at the moment is currently on the pole position. As it stands, no Traffic King on the board, which means he's won the title already. He won't extend that lead, and indeed this is not the first round that he's missed this season, unfortunately. He wasn't there at Winton either, but yeah, you can survive that, of course, with a drop round. Here, of course, he can't. It is, though, going to give over the chance to somebody else to go on and win here, because so far we haven't really seen many others take victories.
No, definitely not. Traff is apparently, he's only just had his internet installed in his new house, and he's currently building a wardrobe, and he hasn't even assembled the sim yet. So that's why he's not, I guess his missus has got him by the short of curlies and turned around and said, right, wardrobe first, young sir, before we build that sim. So he's building wardrobes at the moment, but he's only just got his internet today as well. So yeah, no Traffic King. But this is going to be an interesting one, because this battle for second, dude, we're going to have to try and do some maths, and I don't really like trying to do maths while I'm commentating at the same time. So we're going to have to try and keep a close eye on it, because it's going to get very, very spicy.
We are going to have to try and keep across that. Yeah, luckily, to be honest, it's 1 point per position mostly when you get outside the top positions. But to be fair, these guys might be in the top positions because Traffic King's not here. So, yeah, it could get quite complicated. We will have to wait and see over the course of these 2 races tonight. For reference, by the way, we might see some new race winners because Traffic King's not here. But the ones who already have won so far this season, Josh Haythwaite has got 2. Which is the best of the rest, if you like, as far as anybody else is concerned. Also, Chris McIntosh has got 1. He got the first one at Winton. And more recently, we saw Dave Price get 1, the second race at Alton Park. So that's there are your race winners. Let's see whether we can see any other race winners here today. So far, Luke Woodhouse, who's on the front row for this race at the moment, is without a win, but he's pretty close to Haythwaite, you've got to say. I think those 2 are just about ahead of the rest. I mean, it's less than a minute round here, so you look at 3 tenths for those front two over the rest of the field, and you think, yeah, that is quite a big margin, because as you mentioned, it's not the most technical racetrack in the world. There's only 7 corners, and it's less than a minute long. So that 3 tenths actually is, I think, a bit bigger than it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. And the interesting thing about this as well is, I don't know if you've driven this circuit. You must have done, right? We've all driven this. If you've been in iRacing or you've been on any other service, you must have driven Lime Rock. This layout is probably, no offense to anybody when I say this, the easiest layout to know, right? That's it. And it is literally, as soon as you come out, the top right-hander, you are going at it full bore without any problems at all, right the way through, down through the start finishing line, all right? So there's going to be a lot of interesting overtakes. There's going to be a lot of things, because the draft is going to be quite strong as well. So we are going to have to really keep an eye out here, and practically on that second race with a full reverse, anything could happen.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see how they're going to be starting the right way up, though, for race number 1. And it's Joshua Heathwaite who takes the pole about a quarter of a tenth only over Luke Woodhouse. Then there's a bit of a gap back to that second row I mentioned, Lee Southwell and Dave Price. Matthew Addy and Chris McIntosh, and then on row 3 in front of Darren Moss, the last driver within a second of the pole. Shamo Samuels next. Then Ben Gibbons and Stephen Bosworth rounding out the top 10. Thomas Herrera is 11th in front of Liam Joyce. And I think one more driver, Luke Burton, has got a time in indeed at the back as well. He will be joining from 13th position. There will be a full pace lap here. I don't know if you can do a short pace lap at Lime Rock Park. There's not really anywhere to put them, to be honest. So got to do the full one all the way round to get round to start this first 15-minute race. As you mentioned, and has been the case actually for the whole second half of the season, we do have 2 races now, which means that we do have that reverse grid second time round. Is this going to be another one of those circuits, though, where the guys who finished at the front find it more difficult to come through the field second time round? And it feels to me like it's going to be difficult to compare, because Traffic King's not here, and he's shaped so much of this season. Even when we have had these reverse grid race 2s, he's been able to come through more often than not, 2 times out of 4, so I guess only 50%, but you know, it's still a pretty remarkable thing to do. I do wonder whether Haythwaite and Woodhouse, if indeed they are the ones who finished up the front in race 1, whether they're going to be the ones to also come through in race 2 in the way that Traffic King does.
Well, the problem is the top 7, Darrell Moss being on the edge of that, they're all fairly equal, give or take, on pace. You know, there was a gap in qualifying, but that's quality. Not everybody does quality well, and some people do it badly, and they do race well. You know, so they're all fairly close. So coming through, it could be quite difficult, you know. And I think that's the thing that these guys are going to have to remember. Coming through this field, the bottom 5, I think, at the front, will be at the front for race number 2. But realistically, Haythwaite, Woodhouse, Southall, Price, Addy, McIntosh, Moss, you know, technically they should be faster, but I think that invert could mix it all up, and I'll be very surprised if it isn't a completely new winner.
Let's see if we do get any repeat winners or indeed new winners here tonight, as Josh Haythwaite brings them around the final corner to get them to the start of this race. The pace car makes quite an extravagant pull to the right hand side, and will be ready to go. Oh, he doesn't wait around long, does he? Look at that. Straight away, Josh Haythwaite gets us going here, and Luke Woodhouse pulls straight in behind. Dave Price trying to come up the inside for second here. Woodhouse maybe caught slightly off guard by that. For Haythwaite going very early in towards turn 1, and Price does take advantage. Now, can he get clear out of this first hairpin? He can't quite. Woodhouse is still there on the inside, and he'll come straight back through again on the turn 3, left-hander. Coming through the next turn 4. Price able to secure himself in third, but Haythwaite went very early there, and it almost cost Woodhouse not only a chance at challenging for the lead, but also his second place.
Yeah, Haythwaite went as soon as they come around the last corner. As soon as the pace car went off, he absolutely bolted. Woodhouse was under attack going into turn number 1 and through the section of 2, but he managed to get that inside line for the S's section, which brings him back on the inside of Price. Price now has got to decide what he's got to do. He's either going to go and attack Woodhouse, or he's going to wait for McIntosh and Southall to come at him. A couple of people running wide there. Southall on the left, in behind Southall at the moment. You've got Shamoy Samuel doing a good old effort at the same time. So there's going to be a good old mix up here. Price, McIntosh, Woodhouse, Haythwaite, I think this could be where the battle could be, and if you throw Addy into the mix, you're going to stir up a right old pot of for a cake. I can tell you that much.
This is a large group at the front, but Southall's mistake through the final corner still costing him well into the next lap. He goes wide through turn 3, and Matthew Addy goes, Samuel, he's just smacked the wall. Samuel there was trying to take advantage as Southall was passed by Matthew Addy. As I said, it all stemmed from the final corner of the previous lap. Addy was able to take advantage. This is a nice pass, by the way, but Samuel tries to go around the outside. They just make awkward wheel-to-wheel contact. And those brief moments for Samuel that his front wheels were in the air, obviously couldn't turn, but he was still accelerating, going straight into the wall, hard hit, and ends up with a meatball.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shamoy back in pit lane now. Price is going to tuck in behind Woodhouse. He's going for the inside into turn number 1. Is he going to be able to hold it, not only through 1, but through the next section as well? He's got to send it in quite deep here. Give Woodhouse something to think about on the exit. Take his nose off now. You've given him no room. Don't leave the inside open. Price gets it. Now Price has got to go after Haythwaite up front. He needs to leave Woodhouse to battle with McIntosh and Addy and Southall as well. So there's still a good mix. Still lots to happen here. We are only barely 2.5 minutes in, and we've still got that pack, which is what we expected, with Daryl Moss just hanging on the edge there.
Yeah, and what I think, I certainly enjoy about this circuit is the fact that in these cars, it is quite a draft track, really. You can stay quite close in the draft, and that's why Haythwaite, despite actually being 3 tenths quicker than Dave Price in qualifying, which is significant around here, he's not able to pull away quite in the race. And here comes Price now on the way down in towards turn 1. He's pretty close here, and he's having a look. And he's thrown off Haythwaite there. Haythwaite's missed the apex. He's missed his braking zone. And Price tries to take advantage. There's contact. They will muscle each other again here. Door to door, outside for Price through this part, gets in the inside at turn 4, and now he's got the race lead. After he started from 3rd, he's passed the front row drivers who were nearly half a second quicker than he was in that qualifying session only a few minutes ago. Now he's got past them both to lead with inside 4 minutes.
And we got a 7-car fight up front as well. I'm going to blame Ainsley in YouTube chat just as they typed, "Go on, Haythwaite, he lost the place to Dave Price." Ainsley, it's all down to you. Ainsley's in YouTube as well. Welcome in, thank you so much. But this is getting one spicy battle. Look at this from the nose of Chris McIntosh. The cars are there. He's got to run on Woodhouse now. Woodhouse has got the draft from Price in front, from Haythwaite in front. Haythwaite's got it from Price. Are we going to see any movements? If McIntosh does, he sends it on the inside. Chris McIntosh goes through. Can he hold it on the exit? Yes. Look at Matthew Addy in the background and Lee Southall. This is all going to get spicy for the next 10 minutes.
Addy went very deep, or was that Southall? Sorry, he went pretty deep into that first hairpin there, and he actually touched the back of Matthew Addy, got a bit sideways briefly. Maybe it was Addy actually, but anyway, it's down the back end of that group. They all stay as they are though in this front 7. As you say, that's what we've got at the front of this race at the moment. Darryl Moss is clinging on rather. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to stay there. In fact, on the back of this group, he's not quite in as close as some of the others are. As Price is off over the top of the hill there, coming through the right-hander. He's going to get away with that over the top at West Bend, but it's one of the few places he can do. That was pretty wide, really, from him over the top of the hill there. And Haythwaite is going to close in now as a result, down in towards turn number 1, dives on the brakes in towards turn 1, and continues to try and work his way past Price. But whenever you see someone going off in front of you like that, it's a little bit of hope as the driver behind there for Haythwaite that, maybe I will be able to make this pass.
Yeah, McIntosh nearly sticking his nose up as well. Ames, what happened to Shams? Well, I can show you really, really quickly, because it was this. Unfortunately for Shamoy Samuel, he was following somebody in behind him. He ran a bit wide. They were slow on the exit. They made dodgy wheel-to-wheel contact. The Shams went and absolutely smacked the barrier and unfortunately went round. So that is what happened to Shamoy Samuel. But these guys up front now as well. Haythwaite, Price, McIntosh. He's got over Woodhouse. Addy's coming at the same time. Southall again is replacing Daryl Moss. He's hanging on, Ewan. He's clinging to the draft at this moment in time. He's trying to stay with him. Addy's trying to separate him away. And this pack, Price and Woodhouse, Woodhouse and McIntosh, side by side into one. Woodhouse gets that place back again.
Yep, indeed. Up to 3rd. But you get the feeling it might be so temporary because of how quickly we've seen positions change here throughout this race so far. I mean, he's compromised into turn 4 here. Maybe McIntosh is going to have it straight back again on this fast right-hander at turn 5. It's called the no-name straight, by the way, which is kind of pointless in itself because it's not straight and it doesn't have a name. But anyway, that's on the way towards turn 5. The uphill, one of the more exciting corners on this racetrack. That was a strange line through West Bend from Haythwaite. Oh, and he's going to be hit there. He's hit by Woodhouse. It's a good save from Haythwaite, helped by Woodhouse just getting off the throttle there briefly to help him out. Price has now got more than half a second at the front of the field, and if this battle gets out of control for second, which it might do, then Price could be getting a distance here that could well carry him to the very end of this race. In towards turn 1. Haythwaite goes wide again when he's defending his place in towards turn 1. He's consistently going wide. Woodhouse goes straight through. McIntosh now follows. Here comes Matthew Addy as well. Can he do it? Josh Haythwaite has dropped from second here, potentially to 5th in the space of half a lap, and he has done now. That is a terrible lap for Josh Haythwaite, dropping to 5th place.
That is going to, obviously in the championship as well. He's got championship inclinations, hasn't it? At the same time, you know what I mean, when they're battling away for 25 points for the win here, and then it goes down after that, 21, then it's 18, 16, 18, 17, 16, 15, all the way down. But Haythwaite at the moment, sitting in 5th place, and Pricey up there in the lead. This could ruin that second place for Mr. Haythwaite.
Yeah, indeed. Haythwaite only 8 points in front of Luke Woodhouse, 10 in front of Matthew Addy, and 13 in front of Chris McIntosh, who is in 3rd at the moment. Dave Price is over 20 points back. I think we can count him out, to be honest, even if he goes on to win this race. I think he's probably too far back. He can't gain millions of points in one round here with the way that
not
the point
millions,
system
though,
works.
is it?
Well, no, but it's more than 20.
He'll gain 9.
Yeah, but, you know, this is, well, I'll do the maths properly when the race is finished, because it's pointless me doing it now because the position does change again. But yeah, I think it's too far for Price. But let's see. I'm not even sure he's favourite to carry on and win this race at the moment, to be honest. Luke Woodhouse is crawling all over him here. Oh dear, and off through the final turn. Matthew Addy, they're followed by Josh Haythwaite. McIntosh kept it on the. Oh, I can look at that out front. Price defending from Woodhouse by squeezing him to the inside at turn number 1. And he gets through, does Luke Woodhouse. So, nice pass on the inside line. Luke Woodhouse through into this race lead in front of Dave Price. Then you've got Josh Haythwaite, who is next in line, ahead of Chris McIntosh. Matthew Addy and Lee Sattfall side by side there as well. But as I say, I think Woodhouse has the measure in terms of speed over Price. And there's a spin behind. The group behind decimated as Sattfall and Addy both go for a spin.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be Southall, and Addy slides, loses it, and on Southall just trying to go round him, just a bit of an innocent bystander. Moss slamming on the brakes like anything. There's the pink one goes past as well. He gets through, gains 2 positions, says thank you very much, sir, and off he goes as well. I believe that might have been, yeah, it was Ben Gibbons. He's just gone through at the same time. Gibbons in the 6th, and now that battle up front is just Woodhouse, Price, and Haythwaite. McIntosh hanging on again here, so it's going to be interesting to see whether or not we get these 4 cars back together for the next 5 minutes, or is it just going to be these 3 up front?
Well, who's got the speed to recatch here? I think it's probably going to stay between these 4, but let's see. See, that group earlier looked like it would stay together right to the end, but that's certainly not going to happen anymore. That definitely puts Matthew Addy now out the running, I would say, for second place in the championship as well. He's 10 points behind Haythwaite coming into this, and he's now dropped all the way down to 8th with that spin. He might be able to recover some of the places, but he rather needs to gain points in both races today, as does everybody behind him, rather than losing them, which is at the moment what he's managing. But look at the gaps here. Woodhouse has created this completely on his own. I haven't seen Dave Price made a mistake. I think this is just through pure speed. And Haythwaite is not that far away either. Might be able to take the position away from Price. So after all of it, Haythwaite has looked strong at some parts, weak in others. And actually, like he was in free fall at one stage. But actually, he's recovered quite nicely here to a respectable finish, it looks like, in 4 minutes' time.
Yeah, absolutely. If he manages to get back onto 3rd, it will only be 7 points. He'll drop to Woodhouse in the championship. So he's going to be sort of still ahead but he's just got to be mindful of what's going to happen for race number 2. He has got an 8-point advantage. He's going to lose 7. It's going to be 1 for race number 2 that they're going to have left to try and deal with. Woodhouse ain't got to gain many over Haythwaite to get that 1 point.
Yeah, I think we could well see Haythwaite pass Price here, and that would, of course, gain him another 3 points to his tally and preserve a bit more of that lead. It would only cut it in half between Josh and Luke here. And put it down to 4 points after 4 points gained, but he's got to find his way past. That is the thing that's not happened yet. I believe 4 laps to go as they cross the line there. I think this is going to be a 16-lap race, as the second one will probably be as well. So that's plenty of time here for Haythwaite to get through. And Price hasn't even really got the well, he's got a bit of a slipstream from Woodhouse, but it's not so strong. And so I think he's got a real chance here of ending up in second, which I think will be a big result, really. Certainly a big relief for the driver trying to finish second in the point standings.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. Going to either... Oh, I thought he was going to join him there, but he managed to hold on to it. He should get Price down into 1. If he can stay this close, he should get Price down into 1. Oh. There you go. He's going to get a run here, Ewan. This is going to be down into 1.
He bounced off the curb on the inside. He took a little bit of slipstream and took as much as he could, actually. But Price is not defending this too hard. He is going to let Josh Haythwaite through. I'm not sure what he seems to think he stands to benefit from doing that, but he lets him go. And Haythwaite up into second. That might be it as far as Haythwaite overtakes are concerned with 3 laps to go. I'd be impressed if he can catch and pass Woodhouse in that time, but he'll consider this a job well done, limiting the damage here to Luke Woodhouse after the positions he was in earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Losing 5 positions. Joyce Burton and Bosworth. Oh.
Big crash down the back.
Yeah, started with Burton, I think, went off.
I think we might see the first one pile into the wall and then the others sort of follow. Oh no, so a spin here for Burton. He hits the inside wall. And how do the others get there?
I can't. No, the camera flicked off behind him. Well, right this way, you might be able to see it all. Burton goes through. Oh, he does it together. Look, snaps back.
And then,
bang.
yeah, Bosworth hits the wall and he goes across the road. And then one of those two crashes down the hill too.
Yeah,
so it wasn't actually related. Liam Joyce, though, runs wide over West Bend. And then he loses it down the hill and he smacks the wall as well.
Wow. 3 people, quick succession there at the same time. Haythwaite now closed in at Woodhouse. The gap was out 1.2. It's now down to half a second. We're going to have one more lap here, and Haythwaite has got one more lap of 5 attempts to get over Woodhouse if he can, and Price has got one more lap as well. Southall, Moss, Gibbons and Addy, that's going to be a run down to the line as well. So we'll try and keep up with that at the same time here. We'll see where they are when they just about cross over the line now, the leaders. The others are just through West Bend, so we should be able to see them finish, because that's going to be a stonking finish for the line as well. So let's see how these three get on final lap. Oh, stay there, Burton.
Oh, he's realised. Goodness me. I mean, thankfully he realised as well, because he could have just, in his own world, potted onto the racetrack and got straight in the way of the race leaders there, but thankfully was very aware of what was going on around and let the leaders go. This race may be a few 2 laps short for Josh Haythwaite. It seems he's got good speed. I mean, we saw that in qualifying for a start, but he's showing it again in the race as well. I mean, he didn't show it early, but as this has worn on and the group has got smaller, it's been more about speed than it has been about battling tactics, if you like. Haythwaite has risen to the front. He's not quite got to the lead, though. That is going to go to Luke Woodhouse, who's going to win his first race of the Virtual Circuit Racing MX5 Championship this season, and it comes at the final round. It slashes his deficit to second place in the championship in half, and that will be very pleasing indeed. Luke Woodhouse wins race 1 from Lime Rock Park. Who's going to finish in the top 5 here? Southall, Moss and Addy are close. Addy pulls alongside Darryl Moss. He can't quite get to 6th. In the end, it's 7th place for Matthew Addy. I would count him out of the battle for second, to be honest, in the championship now. Maybe we can say the same for everybody other than Woodhouse and Haythwaite, who finished 1 and 2 there.
Yeah, this is the run from Southall, Moss and Addy. Addy just kisses the rear end of Darryl here. Going through that final corner, he gets a run on him. and he just gives him a little, I think, I'm pretty sure I saw him just give him a little bit of a love tap on the bum there. There you go, just about gets Moss a little bit loose, and then it's just a straight drag down to the line, and Moss is going to manage to hold it. But yeah, no, a little bit of a love tap from Maddie there, and it almost sent Moss off to the old yonder.
Get aggressive towards the end of these races, as we know, and there we go. That's the end of race 1. Luke Woodhouse wins by 0.4 of a second in front of Josh Hafeway. Dave Price was there as well in third position. Chris McIntosh finishes fourth in front of Lee Southall, with Darren Moss just outside that top 5. Matthew Addy was in that group as well, as we just saw. Ben Gibbons was 8th in front of Thomas Herrera. 1 lap down for Liam Joyce. Luke Burton went 2 down. We saw that as he came out the pit lane. Shamo Samu 2 laps down. He did actually get back out the pit lane again after his big crash. Stephen Bosworth 3 laps down. All of those 4, though, got meatballs in this race. We especially didn't really see the speed of Shamo Samu because he was took out so early on, but he was running fairly decently up towards the front. So maybe a good chance for one of those 4 to spring a surprise in the second race, as those top names have to come through right from the back.
Yeah, I've got the scores as Hafewait's on 224 with his 21 points he's just got. Woodhouse is sitting on 210 with the 25 he's just scored. No, that
It should be on 220, not 210.
Yeah, 220. Sorry, my maths is rubbish. I didn't say my maths was rubbish. Yes,
yeah, 4 points should be
4
still.
points different.
Yeah.
So there we go. 4 points between them. I think it's primarily going to be between them. I think. Don't you think? I think Addy's kind of just lost his way a little bit. So it's going to be between Hafeway and Woodhouse for the second place of the championship, after obviously Traff taking the win. So yeah, let's keep an eye on him. Whoever moves up the most throughout the reverse grid, going to be your winner.
Yes.
But
Addy would have lost another 7 points there. Yeah, he'd be 17 behind Hafeway now. So yeah, I would say that it is probably just a 2-horse race. Now, Dave Price, Chris McIntosh also losing a few points, although minor points. They were already over 10 points back themselves, and so you don't want that kind of margin going into just the last one race. The minimum points you can score, because we've got 13 in the field tonight, I think is 9, sorry. I think it's 9. So you need to be within 16. Maybe one or two of those might still be within 16 actually, but as I say, they would need a lot to go wrong, and we'll calculate that if indeed things do go wrong. But it's the thing with about race 2 in this series always, and it's never really been a feature of what we've talked about, because the championship's been such a runaway. But championship contenders are going to be starting at the back in danger, as we know. There's the field, by the way. All in reverse from the race results we've just seen. So those 4 with the meatball: Bosworth, Samuel, Burton, Joyce at the front. Thomas Herrera, Ben Gibbons on row 3 in front of Matthew Addy, who's probably got a decent chance to win from the midfield there, actually, in 7th of Darryl Moss. Lee Sackfall and Chris McIntosh round out the top 10. Dave Price, Josh Hafeway and Luke Woodhouse, who are on the podium there, will start down at the very back. As I say, we haven't spoken about it so much because Traffic King's been so dominant in this season that, you know, I suppose we talked about the possibility of the championship being thrown up by the fact he's in the pack there, but this feels like a much more real chance, because so far Traffic King has been able to deal with the traffic so well since we introduced this reverse grid race, and we'll see what the leaders of that previous race can do this time round, Woodhouse and Hafeway, when they're fighting for second in the championship and indeed only 4 points apart.
what do you think of a Shams or Bosworth win? Is it possible?
I think Shamo Samuel's got a better chance. As said before, we didn't really see how quick he was in that first race, to be honest, because it was quite early on when he had his incident. And he was a bit unlucky, and he was sort of towards the front of the field at the time. So I do feel like he's got a better chance. Think, though, that there are some other names who will, like to Matthew Addy. He hasn't actually got that much traffic in front of him, but of course his incident means that he is not that far away and will still be quite quick. So it might be difficult. I mean, when this all thins out a little bit, when the traffic thins out, the drivers who are fastest, like Woodhouse and Hafeway in that previous race, really rose to the top, and I wonder whether something similar is going to happen again here.
Would you, there's a question. Your Boz or your Shams up front, would you hold on to them until they go over the line, or would you make the run around the last corner like Hafeway did?
I think you've got to try and hold on to the lead for as long as possible, to be honest, when you're these guys. If you're not Woodhouse and Haythwaite, I think that's probably the strategy, because, as we said in qualifying, 3 tenths around here is quite a large margin, and I think towards the end of that race, they really showed what they could do when all the traffic was cut away and it was just about pure speed. So I don't think there is going to be any waiting around unless you are Haythwaite and Woodhouse, and even they don't seem to really want to wait around too much, to be honest. They want to get through the traffic as quickly as possible. At least Haythwaite did in that race when he had to.
I think they've gone. Boz and Shams up front. They've already gone, Ewan.
Yeah, not waiting around again. In fact, he's got a black flag. He must have jumped the start there, Samuel. He's not the pole sitter, of course. And so he's crossed the line first, but I think it's in the rules. It's an automatic black flag if you cross the line in front of the leader. Doesn't matter whether you reacted better to the green flag or doesn't. None of the mitigating factors matter. If you cross the line even slightly in front of the race leader, first time round on the initial start of any race in iRacing, it's a black flag. And so there goes Samuel's chances at winning this race straight away.
Yeah, Thomas Herrera's just gone off as well. Unfortunately for Shams, that is the case. McIntosh, we thought he was going to be adding.
Wow.
It's Chris McIntosh up 7 places. McIntosh sitting in third at the moment. Unfortunately for Shams, game over right at the beginning. And if you don't know what we mean, I'll show you it again really quickly. But Shams literally jumped the start. He's already ahead of Boz. They haven't gone. The line is further down here, isn't it? I think this one.
It's
there.
just here.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he's well ahead of Boz. And that is why Shams has got his black flag. There's been drama for Darryl Moss.
Bosworth also off there, so he's losing places from second. Darryl Moss, oh no!
Oh no! Oh,
that
yes!
walk just and he's broken the rear left suspension as well. That's a disappointing end for him, as he just run wide. That tyre will really just stick out there, and it does take away his suspension quite quickly. Chris McIntosh is going to be in the lead of this race very, very soon. What a start from him. What a brilliant start. Haythwaite and Woodhouse are still languishing down towards the back. That's what it should look like. McIntosh has made it look easy so far in this race, coming through in the way that he has. He's up to second already. Samuel's going to have to pit at the end of the next lap if he doesn't want to this time round and serve his penalty, which is an ordeal in itself, of course, getting down on pit lane here. But anyway, McIntosh is going to lead thereafter. And look at the drivers behind. It's the likes of Gibbons and Burton and Bosworth who've still not been overtaken. McIntosh is quicker than them, and he'll be able to get a healthy advantage, I think, by the time the other top contenders get to him.
Yeah, can we just appreciate Shams is in the lead of a race? I mean, it's the first time since we've been here that Chamoy is leading the race. So forget the penalty. That's just imagination. Let's just appreciate the fact that Shams is in the lead and he's managed to hold on to the lead for 3 laps, please. I know he's got a penalty coming, but can we just appreciate that for a brief moment?
And he did get there illegally, but I won't mention.
I
won't mention that.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't mention it.
Just stop it. Shams is in the lead. That's all that needs to matter at this moment in time.
Unless he wants to get disqualified, he's come into pit lane this time, and he's trying to stay to the right hand side. McIntosh might not know, and he's carrying on. Oh dear, what's going to happen now? As he's carried on 3 laps now with a black flag.
He's going to go.
Is he going to disappear? No, you get longer apparently. I thought you only got 3 laps to serve that penalty. McIntosh is going to try and hang it round the outside here. Through the first couple of turns. You get the inside then for the left-hander.
God,
Shams just about alongside and his nose in front. That should help him, and that will give him the inside at turn 4 where he went off before. McIntosh though turns underneath. That's nicely done. Nice cut back into the no-name straight, and now there's 4 right-handers in a row, and surely McIntosh is going to get through. There we go. Now the race lead is over, and Chris McIntosh has made it to the lead in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair play to him there as well. Shams as well. He had a go. Even Amy said in YouTube chat, there is no penalty. Shams is winning. I agree. He was winning briefly. So, unfortunately, that's it now. He's got to go in pit lane, I'm sure. There you go. He's got to go into pit lane there as well. And
no, he's not slowed down. Is he in the wall, or has he got pit? Oh no, he's not slowed down enough. He's had to reverse. I told you it was a difficult pit lane to get onto. It's very difficult. It's such a tight chicane. He was going way too fast for this. Look at this. He wasn't braking. Oh my goodness. He turned out of it there to avoid the pit wall. Goodness me.
It goes from bad to worse for Chamoy Samuel. He was leading. He was at the dizzy heights in front, Mr. O'Leary, and then it all just went completely beat-on. So, oh, well, prop sprint for trying anyway. That's what I say.
Yeah, he's giving it a go. And, you know, I can... I do admire him indulging his slightly childish sort of want to keep the lead as long as possible, even though, you know, it was never going to actually last. I quite enjoyed that, but anyway, he was always going to lose the lead at some point. And I like the fact that as soon as he lost the lead, he came in to serve that penalty, although a little bit ungainly, as we saw. He will now drop off the lead lap, as you can see. Now still down on pit lane. It is a very hefty penalty, but it is the rule everywhere, in every type of racing actually in our racing. Whether you're on an oval or a road course, or indeed on the dirt, you can't get to. Although they don't have rolling starts too often, to be fair, in some dirt races. But anyway,
no, they don't ever.
You can't cross the line before the race leader on a rolling start.
You can. Do you like to know when you can?
Okay.
I found this out, right, and I was a victim of this. When you're in a multi-class race, the second class. The guy in second place, as soon as, say it's GTP and LMP3, right? GTP go over the line, the guy in second in LMP3 can go, and there's no black flag for that. If you do it at the front pack,
that's true.
You're in trouble. But if you do it in a multi-class and you're the second class or the third class, you can basically jump the leader as soon as that lead group goes over the line.
Yeah, that is correct. I wasn't thinking about multi-class actually when I said that, but yeah, I meant the overall race leader, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I just thought I'd bring it out because I fell victim to it at Parfitt. I was in a multi-class. I was in that second group. I was in pole position. The second guy went, and I was like, "Hold on a minute, surely." And it was only because somebody told me that you can actually go if you're in that second group. You don't have to wait.
You know, in any multi-class race, your race doesn't start on the pit straight when you're not in the leading class, because you'll be somewhere else around the racetrack when the green flag waves, and that always leads to some weird moments, as we see at some racetracks. Meantime, back in this race, the top guys are still working their way through the field. Woodhouse has done a pretty decent job of this, and Haythwaite has got to try and respond. Gibbons, he's trying to go down the inside there, Ben Gibbons, but Haythwaite wasn't having any of that. He was not going to let that happen. Josh Haythwaite moves through into sixth. Look at the defending here from Chris McIntosh, who I thought was gone, but he has been caught here by Lee Southall. Matthew Addy's there as well. Luke Woodhouse is joining too. You'd imagine Price and Haythwaite will be here soon as well. It's like race one all over again for the second half of the race. McIntosh has not been able to drive home that big advantage that he had.
Yeah, and I thought, Southall slapped. Did he hold it? Oh, just about. Addy's going to try and capitalise. He's going to go up the inside at the moment, Matty Addy. It's going to be interesting to see what he does on this right-hander. Southall gives him in a position. It was going to be very close. If they went too wide, one of them was going to end up in the wall. Southall coming back at him again for the next right-hander. He's made that inside line work. This is working well for McIntosh. The longer this goes on, the more of the lead he's going to be able to hold, and the longer of the lead he should be able to hold as well. Typical, as anybody that knows racing, the guys behind fight, the guy in front escapes. Price is on somewhere on the grass. He's just managed to come back. But you see now, Addy on a big old defence from Southall. Is Woodhouse going to be able to get the run around the outside?
Here he comes. It's a long, long way round there, and you only get one corner of benefit as well, the only left-hander on the racetrack. He's on the inside, and Southall, oh dear me, just about sneaks his way around the outside there. Thought there was going to be an accident. Woodhouse, though, just hangs back for a moment. He gets the exit, and he goes straight through into third position. That was nicely done. It's such a great corner for a cutback there on the way towards the uphill turn. There it is over the top of the crest there. And Woodhouse into the podium places, trying to keep that distance between himself and Josh Haythwaite.
Not enough points. Woodhouse needs to go one more position. There's not enough points between them at the moment. Woodhouse needs to get Addy, and Haythwaite needs to stay where he is.
I'm presuming countback rules will be on race victories.
I would have thought so.
But, you know, if Woodhouse wins this one as well, I'm just thinking, if Woodhouse finishes first and Haythwaite second, they'll be tied on points and race wins. So that will be that's going to take some working out as to what's going to happen then.
Who has the most DNFs? I don't know.
I don't know if it'll be DNFs or second places. Second places, then Woodhouse had more coming into today, but Haythwaite would have overtaken him with 2 second places today. you take that 4-3. So if it's second places, then Haythwaite will do it on countback, the second rule of countback. But yeah, the first rule of countback, normally race wins. After that, it does change from series to series. And sometimes you get to a series and you realise that they haven't really gone too deep into tiebreakers because they're not expecting it to happen. But at the moment, if Woodhouse wins and Haythwaite's second, they will be tied on points.
If Woodhouse goes one more and Haythwaite goes one more, they're going to be tied anyway, aren't they?
21-7. They need to be second and fourth for that. Haythwaite would need another 2. But yeah, there is more than one way for them to tie, yes.
Okay. Well, if anybody's got an abacus, and that would be great if you could just work that one out for us at the moment. 25 for a win, then 21, then 18, then 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Current scores, Haythwaite 224, Woodhouse on 220. So there you go, guys at home. Get working out, because there's multiple ways that they can tie here at this moment in time. And there's going to be lots of options going in, as we've only got a few laps to go. What did we say, 16? Did we say for this race?
16 laps.
Yeah, 16 race. Woodhouse is going to go now. McIntosh straight on the defence there, Ewan. Pulled it straight over, hugged that white line tighter than his favourite grandma.
Oh dear. Woodhouse saw that gap closing in the middle there, and he just backed out of it. Addy round the outside. Woodhouse is going to get through on the inside line here. Through the first right-hander.
Oh, gives him a nudge.
Close to contact. Round the outside through this left-hander though for Woodhouse. Gets him a good run into turn 4. Oh, and he slides. He had a really big slide. I think it was him through turn 3 last race that eventually took out he and Lee Southall on the way to that corner. We very nearly saw a replay of it, almost exactly the same point in the race as well, quite late on. Woodhouse again gets a good run through the uphill. Now he's on the inside for West Bend, which is not a place you really want to be, and he's still struggling to get his way past at the moment, Matthew Addy.
Oh, dearie me, I'm literally clinging onto my seat here. This is going to go spicy. Look who's moved one. Ewan. Haythwaite's bumped up into 5th at the moment. Woodhouse is the one with the pressure. He needs at least a second place now. He has to have that second place. He's tucked in, pushing Addy through. He's got second place at the moment. That's 21 points. 16 for Haythwaite. That's 5. Haythwaite's got to go one more. Josh has got to go one more, and then they're going to be tied on points.
Yeah, they would be tied on points, and because Luke isn't winning this race, he would lose on, well, if wins are the countback, 2-1, because Haythwaite won 2 races already this season. Woodhouse has only got 1 race win. So in this tied scenario, Woodhouse is never going to win. So he does need Haythwaite to stay in 5th or 6th position. Or indeed, if he were to have an incident that would take him out of this group entirely, although he won't be hoping for any that sort of thing, you wouldn't imagine. 3 laps to go when they get to the line, and Woodhouse has got his own head of steam here. He's got a very good run, and here he comes. Inside line of Matthew Addy. This has been very impressive from Woodhouse. He's been 1 step ahead of Josh Haythwaite pretty much all of this second race. He's on the inside and he's through. That's the marker laid down to Josh Haythwaite. 3 laps to go. You need to gain 3 places to keep this championship at a tie.
Yeah, Addy's looking scraggy. He's a little bit loose, this man. I got to be honest, he's all over the place at the moment. And he's lost it nearly into 1. He's under pressure for coming into 2 and 3. McIntosh is on the outside. He don't really want to be there going up through this corner. Haythwaite. I don't know. Haythwaite's got 1 and 1 more here, and he needs 3 places. How he's going to get that, I do not know. Woodhouse on 25 at the moment. That's going to put him on 245. Haythwaite at the moment, where is he? 25, 21, 18, 17, 16 points. That's going to put him on 240. He will lose that second place. He needs to go up at least a couple more positions here. Second place, we said. He needs second. He's got 2 more laps to go.
Yeah, and that's very wide from McIntosh. And he's made contact with Southall there. Haythwaite is struggling to make the positions that are required right now. He really is struggling. Woodhouse looks like he's sealed this race victory, and the difference now, it's all in Haythwaite's hands still, because if he were to finish second, they would be on the same race wins with the pair, but he'd have more second places, Haythwaite, because he's doubled his tally of seconds just tonight with 2 of them. But he needs to get there. He was on the inside there briefly at Southall, who runs wide now through the uphill. Heavyweight has got to make this count, but look at the gap in front of them now. They'll see the white flag next time round. This championship second place might be slipping away from Josh Heavyweight at the end here. Southwell makes another error. Heavyweight was not banking on this. He's down the inside now at the final turn, and he's got a second to catch up to Addy and McIntosh. It's not gone well, and here comes Dave Price making it 3 wide, coming on to the last lap of the season.
Liam Joyce coming out pit lane. Heathwaite's got to rely on McIntosh and Addy doing something stupid. And at the moment, Addy's looking very scraggy. Burton gets out of the way. He needs McIntosh and Addy to do something crazy, because at the moment he has not got enough points.
He's got 4 2-for-you points at the moment. He came in with 8 points over Woodhouse, but 2 race victories wipes that away immediately. Even with that though, Heavyweight still had it in his hands. 2 second places was good enough for him tonight, even with Luke Woodhouse winning both of them. But Heavyweight hasn't been able to do that. Luke Woodhouse, in a sort of Traffic King style, has been able to win both races from Lime Rock Park, both his first and second wins of the season, coming on the final race. And here he comes over the start-finish line. Luke Woodhouse wins for the second time tonight, and indeed for this season. And he steals away that second place in the championship from Josh Heavyweight on a fantastic final round.
What's this? What's this? Liam Joyce. Watch. No. Now. It's like watching It's like watching an official. He's not going to lose that place. That was a lap down, and they were battling for 11th and 12th overall. That was like an official mx5 ending there as well. Bless him. I don't know why that's made me laugh, but I just found that hilarious.
That's quite aggressive, that, really.
What's with it?
Dear me.
Liam Joyce was just like, no, you're not going through. None of it. Bang.
No. Dear me. Anyway, that was all down the back of the field by quite some distance. Luke Woodhouse at the very front has won this race, and won for the second time tonight here from Lime Rock Park. Matthew Addy was the head of that group further behind. Chris McIntosh, Josh Heavyweight and Dave Price and Lee Southwell actually all involved in it. It's a great group of 6 drivers at the front of the field. Stephen Bosworth got to 7th in the end, so did Thomas Herrera and Ben Gibbons, who round out those on the lead lap. Darren Moss 1 down in 10th place. Liam Joyce, Luke Burton and Shamma Samuel rounding out those who were laps down. And indeed out of the top 10. Hopefully they'll pop themselves into the waiting room in just a sec to come and have a chat with us. But yeah, what a great finish that was. And what great driving from Luke Woodhouse to come through and win both races after not winning all season. 2 coming along at once.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done a great job as well, hasn't he, to be fair. He did it where he needed to. That's the thing. He did it where he needed to, and he needed to do it there. And he did it. And fair play to him. It was all in Heathwaite's hands. That was the problem. And Heathwaite just couldn't get that second place. He just could not have that second place there either. So, yeah, it was so close. But there you go. I think they got into an MX5 racer headspace there. I think you're right, Ames. I think they definitely did as well. Let's pull some people down here. Let's have a chat. Who do we go with first? We need to have a chat with Luke. We need to have a chat with Josh. Do we start off with them two? Let's
start with Luke at least. Yeah.
Start with Luke. There you go. We'll have a chat with Luke before
both
we go.
races tonight. Luke, welcome in. Congratulations on taking 2 race wins tonight in the MX5s at Lime Rock Park. I mean, let's start with the second race because it was entertaining, although they both were. How was you run through the field there, coming through from the back, of course, having won race 1 as well?
Yeah, that was a hectic race, to say the least. I think probably one of the closest ones we've had, and a good time as well on the season finale. But yeah, that was a very, very close race. Very good, entertaining race. I hope it's the same from your point as well. But yeah, not sure how I managed that. I didn't have a lot of practice and managed to have good pace. So yeah, just a very enjoyable final race.
Yeah, and by the way, it was indeed just entertaining from our point of view as well. Talk us through that sort of it's a championship scenario that you either knew or didn't know about. I mean, there had to sort of, if you did know about it, could be some live maths going on because it was changing all the time between yourself and Luke there. And at one stage you had it, one stage he had it back, and it was all changed. In the end, the 2 wins for yourself were enough. How aware were you of what was going on, and how much were you watching what was going behind to see where Josh was eventually getting himself in that second race?
until about 5 seconds ago, I had no idea where we would finish. I knew it was going to be tight between obviously me, Matt, Josh. I think the whole of the top 5 could have got second, depending on where everyone finished. But yeah, to be honest, I wasn't looking at all. I knew Josh was close, I knew Matt was close, and it was tight between all them. So I just tried to go as fast as possible. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done the calculations yet, and you say it was just enough for second, but I suppose that's good news. But I have to do the totting up in a sec and find out.
But based on our maths, obviously we're doing it live while we're talking as well, so it's not the most reliable. But we think you've got there by maybe by 4 or 5 points in the end, actually, because he didn't quite end up making up those last couple of places on the final laps. But either way, congratulations on the 2 race wins in isolation. Anyway, is there any shout outs you'd like to give as we get to the end of the season here? By the way, before we let you go.
Yeah, everyone again who has took part, showed up week after week for this, obviously our first season on iRacing. So it's been probably one of the most exciting and successful ones in terms of numbers on the grid. So yeah, thanks to all the drivers, all the lads who turn up week in, week out. Thanks to you guys as well. It's been amazing for us to be able to watch the streams back and go over the racing and just generally just replay it all. So yeah, thanks to the drivers, thanks to you guys, and yes, on to TCRs next season.
Yeah, indeed. Back to TCRs again. So we wish you well with that, of course, next season. But for now, Luke, thanks for putting everything on this season, of course, for us to enjoy over the course of this 10-race season in the mx5s. And thanks for coming to chat to us after the races tonight as well.
No worries. Take care, both of you. I shall see you soon. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much. Luke Woodhouse, double race winner tonight from Lime Rock Park in the MX5s. Let's have a chat to Josh Hopeway next, shall we? Continue with the championship theme. Josh, welcome in. Good to have you with us. How are you feeling at the end of that tonight? In the end, Luke will, we believe anyway, leapfrog you in the championship to get into second after that second race of the day. Just talk us through what you knew about that at the time when you were actually driving and how you feel at the end of the season.
I'm ecstatic. That was a sensational race. We were having barrels of laughs. Yeah, championship standing wise, Luke has fought hard for it, and he's finally been able to show the pace that he does have. I know it's been a bit rough the past couple of seasons for him, and I'm really happy for him to potentially get second. I don't know if it's confirmed or anything yet, but for him to get second, I'm very, very happy for him. He's done really well. But during that race, I was too busy thinking, Jesus Christ, this is some close racing. Is the best way I can put it. It was brilliant. I had a right good time.
Yeah, I mean, what was it about this racetrack, do you think, that really made that? Because you and Luke were actually more than 3/10 quicker than the rest, which around a circuit of this length is actually quite a lot, but everybody stayed quite close together in the race. Was it that everyone was so familiar with this combination because everybody's driven it already before this week, before they even started to do any practice, or was something else at play? What do you think it came down to?
I think that's the thing. I'd not done this track before. I don't think Luke had done it before. There were a couple of people that had only done it a few times, and we had to learn it really, really quickly. As obviously been preoccupied with stuff throughout the week and stuff, not being able to practice. But everyone came together and did really, really well just to stick with each other. And it's different when you're hot lapping. If you can just practicing, it's fine because you've not got dirty air, and it doesn't matter if you spin or anything like that. But when everyone's on track, you just take it that little bit more steady. Especially coming into braking zones, because I mean the MX5s are a little bit unpredictable if you brake harder than you used to. But no, it was really, really good. I'm just really happy that everyone made it through somewhat unscathed.
Yeah, indeed. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out at the end of the season here before we let you go?
My beautiful fiance Amy, my lovely granddad, my best mate AJ, who's just tuned in for this, and you guys for being with us for like 3 seasons now. And it's been phenomenal to have you along. And I'm really happy that you've been able to put these races out into YouTube and stuff like that for people to come and watch and go, what is all this fake racing malarkey? So it's been really good.
All right, Dave, thanks very much, Luke, for Luke? Oh, goodness me.
Oh, come on, man.
He just shouted you out and you went and smashed him to
This is
parts.
what happens when you try and read and talk at the same time. Looking at standings and stuff. Anyway, sorry. Thanks very much, Josh, for chatting to us as always at the end of these races. And yeah, congrats again on your run tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Take care, guys.
Thanks very much. That's
Oh
Josh.
dear,
Hopefully.
Mr.
I
O'Leary.
should, as I say, not read and talk at the same time. It doesn't go well. Let's chat to Chris McIntosh, shall we? Ran well in that second race there, especially. Chris, welcome in. Good to have you with us. Two good results actually for yourself tonight, race 1 and 2, to be fair. But let's start with the second race. You were leading at one stage, having had a brilliant first lap or two, leading within 3.5 minutes despite starting a long way back. And I thought from that point, actually, you'd run away with the race victory. Was that what you were expecting as well, or did you always know you'd get reeled in there for a close finish?
I always knew I would get reeled in, to be honest. I don't know if you can tell, I'm not the best of health right now. I'm a wee bit ill, so I've had zero practice until the race today, and I got a fantastic start, just got through, but Shams wanted to play for a wee bit and put on a wee bit of a defence, so he held me up a wee bit, and like I said, I knew I was going to get caught. I just had to hang on as long as I could, but the draft is mega strong here, like the toe, so just did what I could, but it was fantastic, brilliant racing.
Yeah, it certainly was. And what about in race 1 as well? In the end, it did split apart in the final 5 minutes or so, unlike race 2. But how was race 1 there, starting where you qualified and sort of contending for the race lead as well?
Race 1 was good for a while. I could hang with them, and I was saying, I was sort of in the fight. It was all good, but I think I just overdone it a wee bit and got the tyres a bit too hot in the last few laps. I generally I was going as fast as I could, but the car just wouldn't stay together. So unfortunately, I did start dropping off the back of them, but still some points. I wasn't upset with, like I said, the minimal amount of practice that I've done. I'm pretty happy with how tonight went.
Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go at the end of this season?
Just everyone involved, you guys, all the guys that turn up every week. Like the laugh that we have, it's like it may look as mega serious on the stream, but we're all laughing in the Discord while racing. So we thoroughly enjoy ourselves. But yeah, just everyone who watches, it's just honestly really good fun.
Well, congrats on a good run again tonight, Chris, and thanks for chatting to us at the end as well.
No bother, mate. Thank you.
Thanks so much. That's
Cheers.
Chris McIntosh, who joins us as well at the end of tonight's racing. And Dave Price can finally join us too before we go. Dave, welcome in. Good to have you with us as well. You had quite a good race tonight, both of them, in fact, in terms of challenging up towards the front and running well. How did you find that Lime Rock part tonight?
Yeah, it was really good. How's it going, guys? And like I say, good to be back and good to be in the interview waiting room for you guys, of course, every week. But it was really good. It was good battle. Put in a bit of practice this week. Don't know whether you've seen the championship standings. It's very close between P2 and P6, so I needed to maximise points. So I put in a bit of practice, and I was quite surprised with race 1. I thought Luke and Josh were going to run away a little bit, and I was try and hold the pack up, but I could fight him a little bit, but I feel like I maybe used too much tyre too early on, and a couple of mistakes let Josh and Luke back in, unfortunately. So yeah, a little bit heartbroken by race 1, but race 2 was amazing. Like, it was the best race of the season so far. I hope it came across on stream all right, because it was a hell of a battle for everybody, for all of us towards the end.
Yeah, it did come across as a very entertaining second race, that is for sure. I must say, I thought, even though you're right, it was close heading in today between second and sixth, only, 21 points or so. Did you feel, what did you feel was actually achievable with that tonight? Because I felt that even though that is a small margin between the 5 of you,
yeah,
it is also quite hard to gain points when you're outside the top 3, which inevitably some of the 5 of you are going to be. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So where did you actually think you could get yourself to?
Well, I'll be perfectly honest. It's the way I see it. It's me and Chris McIntosh just battle it out. We have done since the first season we joined TCR, British Touring Cars. We've GT3. It just seems to be a battle between me and him. So it's a friendly battle. Like Chris a lot, he's a very good friend, but I really want to beat him. And I know that sounds terrible, but it's friendly competition. But yeah, I somewhere around Chris McIntosh, maybe ahead of him this season would be nice.
Well, yeah. Hopefully we can see that again in the future. Is anybody like to shout out at the end of the season, by the way, before we let you go?
Just you guys for hosting as always. Luke Woodhouse for hosting VCR. He's made quite the league and quite the friendship group. I'm not sure any other leagues banter all the way through races and spam sounds boards while they're racing. But yeah, appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching as well. Comments. Hopefully Amy's in there as well.
Yeah, indeed. Everybody enjoying at home. Yeah, indeed. So,
Amazing.
no, thanks very much for chatting to us, Dave, as always.
Yeah, no
And
worries, guys.
thanks for, indeed, congratulations on a good run tonight, I should say.
Thank you. I'll see you again, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much. That's Dave Price, who joins us as well at the end tonight of another season in the Virtual Circuit Racing MX5 Championship, running through the last 11 weeks now, 10 rounds of this championship. And it has been a good season, James, but what a way to end on a high here with Lime Rock Park, a place I thought more people would know, actually, but based on talking to the guys there, they didn't know it quite as much as I thought they would. In any case, that didn't seem to matter. It was still a great round of racing.
Yeah, that was the thing for me. I think, the shock that they didn't realise that it was good, some haven't raced here before. But we also have to remember they did a lot on a set of Corsa. So I suppose in a way it's no surprise that they didn't know about it. Do you know what I mean? Because as I say, they've done a lot on AC. So it's going to be interesting next season as well. Just want to give everybody much love and support for joining us along for this season, and I don't know how many other seasons we've done, 3, 4, I think, at the moment. So enjoy next season, guys, as well, for wherever it will be. But, Ewan, it's been an excellent evening.
It certainly has. What a great way to end the MX5 Championship here from Lime Rock Park tonight. Big thanks to everyone who's been tuned in tonight, chatting along with us as always. And a big thanks to everyone who putting on the league throughout the last 11 weeks as well. I've been in alongside James Parfitt at the Virtual Circuit Racing MX5 Championship finale here from Lime Rock Park. We'll be back, of course, next season. We'll be starting up again for the Virtual Circuit Racing very, very soon. So look out for that one out in the Discord, of course, as well. But from all of us from Lime Rock Park at the finale tonight, it's goodbye for now.